Hey guys, so today we have episode 1 of the weekly concept car series. I posted a poll earlier asking if you guys wanted to see these videos where I cover just one concept, going really in depth and looking at a lot of information, everything I can possibly find about it, and giving you guys lots of details and fun facts. The normal concept car videos that I've done in the past pack about 4 to 5 cars in a longer video, but some people might miss a concept if they just want to see that one specifically without sitting through the whole video. So I'm still going to continue making those videos from time to time, but these will be a bit shorter and gives me more content that I can put out every single week for you guys. Right now the plan is to post every Monday for Mopar Mondays. For these concepts I'll start with Dodge and Chrysler, but I can open up to different brands in the future. And I will try posting a poll every week with a few options and have you guys vote on which one I can make next. Starting off today, we have the 1997 Dodge Copperhead, which was a front-engine rear-wheel drive, 2-seat roadster convertible. So the Copperhead was first shown off at the 1997 North American International Auto Show in Detroit. If you think it looks familiar, it's because the concept was actually loosely based on the Dodge Viper. The Copperhead is 3 inches narrower, 8 inches shorter, and has a wheelbase 12 inches longer than its Viper relative. The goal with this car was to create a mid-range version of the Viper for buyers that couldn't afford the real thing, since the Viper cost over $75,000 US at the time. The Copperhead was going to have a sale price of just $30,000 US, so that's $45,000 less than the Viper, and it was set to be released in 2000. While the Viper was made for raw power, the Copperhead focused more on handling well and being a fun car to drive. Chrysler executives said that, quote, "The Copperhead will fit comfortably into any sports car enthusiast's garage and budget," end quote. So the Copperhead gets its name from its paint color, which is copper fire orange. It's also part of the snake family, like the Viper, and it takes the name of the venomous copperhead snake. One thing that was interesting was that it looked like a different shade of orange from just about every angle. The Copperhead did share some parts with the Viper, but it was mostly different. There were larger wheel fenders, deep-set quad headlights positioned below the hood, smaller Viper taillights, a very long air scoop grille, a rear fin, and side pits. To get that sleek look, the designers moved the front and rear wheels to the outer limits of the car and added a stiff suspension, and this also helped the driver to feel the road and pavement better, helping its case for being a fun driver's car. The interior has bucket seats covered in deep amethyst faux snakeskin. The steering wheel design is taken straight from the ZB series Viper. The tachometer has an old school design, and all 4 gauges are found in the center stack, showing the engine oil, speedometer, fuel, and temperature. Beneath the gauges is the gear shifter for the manual transmission, along with climate control, air conditioning fans, FM radio display, window controls, and door locks. And clearly, as you can see from a bird's eye view, the center console looks like the head of a copperhead snake. The Copperhead got its great handling with a low wide stance, longer wheelbase, 5 inches of ground clearance, and a stiffer suspension. The wheels were staggered 18 by 8 inches up front with 225mm tires, and 20 by 9 inches at the back with 255mm tires. Those rear tires were special edition and super wide at the time, and they were customized from Goodyear to have a snakeskin tread pattern, which they said would give crisper handling and stability. The suspension consisted of double wishbones with coilover dampers, and short and long arm versions to provide the driver with comfort and handling. Looking at the performance, the engine was taken from the 1997 Dodge Intrepid. So that was an all-aluminum 2.7-liter V6 that made 220 horsepower and 188 pound-feet of torque. So that's not too bad for this Copperhead that weighed about 2,800 pounds. All of the power got sent to the rear wheels, so that's obviously rear-wheel drive, and it was paired with a 5-speed manual transmission. Unfortunately, 0 to 60 was just 6.8 seconds, and the top speed was limited to 135 miles per hour. Fun fact for the Copperhead, Dodge got complaints about using the Copperhead name. A customized 1950 Ford Coupe owned by Billy Gibbons of the American rock band ZZ Top had already been registered with the Copperhead name, so they had the copyrights to use it, and to avoid getting into legal trouble, Daimler Chrysler unofficially renamed the car, calling it Concept Vehicle instead of Copperhead after this incident. So from then on, in press kits, media, and even toys and merchandise, this car was branded as just Concept Vehicle, which made any press kits or items with the Copperhead name from before rare and more collectible. And the Copperhead was also found in the Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo 2 video games. As for similarities, the Copperhead obviously shares roots with the Dodge Viper, and it also looks similar to a Pontiac Solstice, which was produced later for 2006 to 2010. So to wrap things up, The Dodge Copperhead was a very popular and well-known concept car. Toy car makers like Hot Wheels made scale models of it, there was lots of media attention, and lots of other merchandise. For example, calendars and keychains were created, showing off the car. As I said earlier, the car was supposed to be released in 2000, but unfortunately the production was cancelled and it never made it, and one big reason for that being that name controversy and the legal issues. So my thoughts on this car are twofold. On one hand, it really gave sports car enthusiasts what they wanted, a fun car that handles well and packs some decent power. But on the other hand, this was basically a poor man's Viper that was not very fast and just looked kind of awkward and unaesthetic from some angles with weird curves and body shape. So that's the end of the first episode of the weekly concept car series. What do you think of the Dodge Copperhead? Let me know which one I should do next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.